Hey there, Rivermen fans. Welcome back to another episode of Trudel's Take, presented by Health Alliance. Rivermen back home after a split weekend against the Evansville Thunderbolts. Jason Ruff joined once again, and as always, by Rivermen head coach John Trudel. Guy, I want to start on Friday's game. 5-1, 5 breakaways for the Rivermen, 3 of them converted. Was it something more of what Evansville was giving you on the ice, or more what the Rivermen were generating for themselves in terms of the breakaway chances?
No, I think it was two teams coming after a break and not playing really good hockey, and it ended up with 5 breakaways, and luckily enough we capitalized on 3 of them and won that game. But we no, the last 2 games weren't exactly the way we like to play hockey, but again, you have to understand at the pro level you usually don't get 12 days off, and you could see in our 2 games this weekend. But fortunately enough, the boys are looking really good this week. I think we understood that Evansville completely dominated us in Evansville, and we had to get back to work, and we're doing that this week, and very proud of the guys. Though nobody complained. We just put in the work this week, and I think the legs are back now, and that fighting spirit that we always have.
And following that loss, when a team is on a long winning streak like the Rivermen have been as of late, when obviously you want to win every single game, but when you have a loss like that, are there benefits to that in order to recenter and reorient the team? Yeah,
you're right about that. And they have the old saying, you really learn a lot more during your losses, and it's crazy. Even in Evansville, as much as we did not play well and probably got dominated in every facet of the game, I still learned a lot of things, and we found out a lot of new things, and we're a little short on D right now, and I put Ernie back there because I knew he played a little D, and he looked absolutely fantastic back there. And you learn a lot about your team and where we're at mentally, physically, and who can play. And Evansville was flying that game because they had a chance to play a few games after Christmas, so I think they were back in their rhythm, and we saw what we didn't have, what we had, what we have to work on. So it's true what they say. That loss, I think we needed one. It was, I think, 14, 15 games without a regulation loss. So we needed that one to get kind of back on track and understand that we're only as good as our last game, and we got to get back to work.
And now that the Rivermen are entering those dog days of winter, January, February, that you so often mention, what have we learned about this team so far, and what do you think is the potential ceiling for this group?
We're a very good hockey team. The ceiling will depend on how much the guys want to buy in and give more effort. Every team gets better. I always say after Christmas, it's a season for men. Yep. Before Christmas, it's easier to get points. After Christmas, everybody tightens up. Their team has been together for a few months now. They understand what they have to do against certain players. You've seen pretty much every team, so now the real men are going to come out, and I know the type of character we have, and I know our ceiling is very high. It all depends on how much effort we want to put in every single day, because we talk about our 3 breaks we give every single year. Our next one's in 2 months, so we have 2 great months right now to get better every single day, and we're adding pieces here and there because we've been a little short lately, but I'm proud of our guys. We responded really well this week, and I think our ceiling's really high.
Someone who I think also has a good ceiling is Joseph Drapluk. Had the shorthanded goal on Friday, but he's one of those guys who's kind of flown under the radar, but still has been a very important cog for this Rivermen team. What is it about Joseph Drapluk's game? What does he do to make himself not only an important contributor, but an important piece of this Rivermen squad?
Well, 2 things with him. He's a high IQ guy, and then he's also got wheels. So when you have both of those things, especially in the game of today, you have to be able to skate really well, and his competitive spirit, he can go 45, 50 seconds and still have gas, and that's rare. So that's the type of guy that you want. We call them those they just buzz around. We called actually that buzz line when he was playing center with those 2 guys, because they don't stop, and they can do it for 35, 40, 45 seconds nonstop coming after you, and it's really hard for defensive teams. So Draps was I was not expecting that when we made the trade. I knew he was a good player. I did not expect him to be that type of player, and I think the last few years he played D. I really love him at center. Unfortunately, I had to play him D, I'd say the last 4 games or so, but at center he's an unbelievable asset. Not only is he an asset 5-on-5, but he's also our penalty kill right now. He's a dangerous guy on the penalty kill when he gets the puck.
Certainly so, as evidenced by that shorthanded breakaway goal on Friday. Now, another asset that you're going to be getting back, Caden Cahill coming off the 21-day IR. How impactful will that be to this Rivermen lineup, and what kind of asset are the Rivermen getting back on the ice?
You're getting another guy that just goes. And he wants the puck, and he's he's one that came a long way since the beginning of the year. Even since last year when we had him in the playoffs, he's part of the team, and he knows he has a big role, and he's more of the offensive type that plays a power play also. So for us, we're getting an asset that plays in a lot of situations, and he's another guy that can play 18 minutes of nonstop hockey, and he buzzes around and he goes and he wants the puck, and I honestly think he's got a lot more offense. Yeah, I know he's got, I think, 11 points in 16 games, but I think that kid's going to be a point-a-game guy in our league, and I think he can score 25 goals at one point.
A lot of offense on this Rivermen group. Defense getting there. Goaltending, I thought Eric Levine had one of his better games of the season on Friday. Looked strong, looked confident. Not a lot of rebounds given up. What did you see out of your veteran netminder that you really liked?
He was tight. He was composed. He was challenging. Nothing seemed hard, and that's when Levy's playing his best. He's on top of his crease, and his movements were very small but very compact. Mm-hmm. And we talked about changing a thing or two, and I think he really worked on it last week, and I think it really helped his game. And I always say, for the eye test, when it comes to a coach, you like to see a goalie that's calm and he gives no rebounds. It gives you a lot of confidence, and you can see it on the bench also. The guys really believe in it. After his first 2-3 saves of that game, we were like, okay, the old Levy's back here. Yeah. There's no worries. We'll be fine. And then your team takes a few more chances. We stretch a little bit more because we know no matter if there is a breakdown, that Levy's going to be there. And I can say the same thing for Church. I think Church was absolutely fantastic on Saturday. I looked at every single shot. He probably made, 12, 13 big saves. I mean, we didn't play a good game at all. And the goals that he had against, I think maybe one he could have got, but two were tip-ins and two were shots that, there's no chance on it. So I was really happy with our goaltending. I mean, I know the stats this year don't show it, but right now I feel really confident in both of them.
Certainly so. Now the Rivermen back at home this Friday night. Friday will be Blackhawks night. The Rivermen wearing specialty Blackhawks specialty uniforms. They'll be auctioned off at the conclusion of the contest. Plus, the first 1,000 fans entering through the doors will receive a free Rivermen hat, courtesy of IBEW. Now, Jean-Guy, this is the first true 3-3 for the Rivermen. Home on Friday, then Saturday and Sunday on the road in Evansville and against Vermilion County. What do you want to see out of this group as a bounce-back performance this weekend against winnable opponents?
Well, first of all, every opponent you can win or lose against.
Fair.
We never talk about wins and losses. Mm-hmm. Even if we won on Friday, we felt like we lost because I thought like we got worse as a team. Like we didn't play good hockey at all. So for us, it's just about getting back on track and doing what we do well. Every single team in the league does 2 or 3 things really well, and that becomes your identity, and we didn't play to it the last 2 games, and I just want to get back at her. And I know I've seen the boys practice this week, and we weren't happy, and that's the thing when you have great leadership and great character guys that, it's our first loss in regulation in 15, and I was talking to Hags today, and he was like, man, for us, 1 game and we're like not happy at all. A lot of teams take 2, 3, 4 games. Us, after 1 loss, we're not happy because we felt like we lost Friday also. So for us, it's been a bad weekend. We're going to get back on track, and I have a lot of confidence in the guys in the locker room.
Wonderful. Look forward to seeing it again. The Rivermen at home this Friday night, 7:15 p.m. Blackhawks night here at Carver Arena. Free 1,000 hats for the first 1,000 fans, plus Rivermen jersey auction afterwards. Should be a great night.
And not just that night, those Blackhawks jerseys,
they look sick.
I think they're the best we've ever had. So I'm pretty excited to see the boys in that. So come on down, only 1 game this weekend, so I hope to see everybody here.
Certainly so. Should be a packed house. For Jean-Guy Trudel, I'm Jason Ruff. This has been Trudel's Take, presented by Health Alliance.